Hello and a warm welcome to Forbes India WPower 2025 with L'Oréal Paris. Now today we come together to celebrate women who haven't just broken the glass ceiling, but they've built new roofs. Now for the 8th year in a row, Forbes India proudly presents a list that's not just about names. It's about stories. Stories of determination, of grit, innovation, and courage against all odds. I'd like to invite Anubhuti Mata, Principal Correspondent Forbes India, and Samidha Jain, Sub-Editor Forbes India, to deliver the opening address and set the tone for the much-awaited evening.
Welcome to the 2025 Forbes India WPower Soiree. At Forbes India, we believe that while glass ceilings are being shattered every day, true equity is still a work in progress. And events like tonight are a small but a vital reminder that recognizing and celebrating women's leadership is not just about applauding success, but about inspiring systemic change. Since 2017, WPower has celebrated self-made women who are not just leaders in their fields, but have also redefined what it means to lead, to build, and to break barriers. I invite my colleague Samidha Jain to take over.
This year's WPower list is the result of months of intense research, nominations, and the wisdom of an all-women jury. Each of the 20 women on this list, and indeed many in this room, are pioneers, role models, and trailblazers. Welcome once again, and have a lovely evening ahead.
Now, India's BFSI sector is in the middle of a massive transformation. In our first discussion for the evening, titled Building Empathetic, Impactful Leaders, we are bringing together some incredible women from the BFSI world. Leaders who have not just navigating change, but they are scripting it. To moderate this important conversation, I'd like to invite Neha Bothra, Associate Editor, Forbes India, on stage.
Let me come to you, Shefali, as a leader. How did you navigate the downs in your journey?
At the entry level, we have almost, there is a lot of gender equity. 50% women, more than 50% women in many cases. But as you rise through the cadre, we see the women fall off the chart. And that's largely, somebody said social conditioning. That's true. But that is where, the whole importance of having the right ecosystem with you, right? The support system, understanding family, and also having the right mentors. That's very important.
And let me go to Lakshmi at this point. How you addressed many of these challenges that were thrown at you?
When I joined the industry 25 years back, I was the only woman in the dealing room, and today I'm still the only woman in the boardroom. So but now I don't have that, self-doubt or, that thing in the mind ki, acha, ye aisa ho raha hai, so am I doing something wrong? In fact, you tune your mind and you condition your mind to say that you're daring to do something different, which probably somebody wanted to attempt and didn't really get to attempt.
How did you do that journey, Sonia?
Often when I went for meetings, and like Lakshmi said, the clients would look at the men, even if they were junior, and talk to them, not to me. I think, we have to then just take the mic and say, talk to me, right? And I did not have any inhibitions. And I think at the end of the day, competence beats everything.
As women leaders, Sonia, what do you think sets us apart?
I think women are far more sensitive to the non-verbal cues. So I think that makes for a great leader. That makes for a great empathetic leader. I actually tell all my women colleagues that do not hesitate to put your hand up and say, yes, I have a family issue. My son is not well. My husband is not well. I'm not well. I want to go home. Don't feel guilty about it.
Shefali, coming to you, we often talk about empathy. How have you used empathy at the workplace to foster better teamwork?
As women, we are more perceptive. So we really understand, and some of us have gone through the same, challenges in our career, right? So it puts us in a good position to be able to preempt and proactively, put some policies in place so that you are able to address some of these biases.
Lakshmi, coming to you.
As an empathetic leader, you lead your team with a heart and yet take decisions with the head. I think that is so very important. This is something which you learn around, and it's absolutely doable. It's about commonsensical approach to something which is very uncommon today.
Sonia, before we wrap up, how do women become very good negotiators?
Yeah, we are very good at negotiating for our clients, but we are very bad when it comes to negotiating for ourselves. Very important for all the women out there, believe in yourself. You are good. And don't let anyone tell you you're not.
On that very positive note, we'll end the conversation. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Shefali, Lakshmi, and Sonia, for being
Thank
a part
you.
of the conversation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to honor the women whose journeys are not just personal milestones, but powerful roadmaps for empowerment. As we celebrate leadership, resilience, and breaking new ground, it's only fitting that we begin with honoring a true trailblazer. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming on stage the very incredible Shefali Goratia, Chairperson of Deloitte South Asia. Our next award winner is Sonia Dasgupta, MD and CEO of Investment Banking, JM Financial. Next, we have the honor of celebrating a dynamic leader whose journey with the Tata Group spans 2 decades. Please join me in welcoming Savita Balachandran, CFO, Tata Technologies. Now, moving ahead, it's time to honor another remarkable leader. Please give a huge round of applause to Meera Kulkarni, founder and MD of Forest Essentials. Now, Meera unfortunately couldn't join us today, but she did send a message. Let's play that out first, please.
I am truly honored to receive the Forbes India Women Power Award. This recognition is to the countless women who continue to break barriers. To my incredible team, this achievement belongs to all of us.
Now it's time to move into a very special part of the evening, one that celebrates not just success, but the spirit of lifting others as we rise. A unique felicitation honoring iconic leaders and the next generation of change makers they are inspiring. This just isn't about celebrating achievement, it's about celebrating mentorship, legacy, and the extraordinary ripple effect that happens when women support women to encourage and to empower. Now, kicking off our Women of Worth felicitation, we shine a spotlight on 2 phenomenal women who are reshaping their industries with vision, courage, and purpose. To help us honor these incredible mentor-mentee duos, may I please invite on stage Dario Zizi, the General Manager, L'Oréal Paris, India.
What the brand actually is trying to do since its establishment is to partner with women in their journey of self-worth. The tagline of the brand is "I'm worth it." What does it mean? It means that sometimes you can, at the beginning was about spending a bit more for yourself because I'm worth it. And it is based on a woman telling this to herself instead of having a man to say it for her, like it was in the 60s and in the 70s when the tagline was invented. Thank you very much for your attention.
Without any further ado, our first mentor-mentee pair of the evening, an inspiring duo that defines a celebration of music, mentorship, and the magic of dreams. Please join me in welcoming on stage the incredible Neeti Mohan. Let me also call upon stage, by her side, Nishtha Sharma. Moving on to our next award in this category, the mentor in this category is Radhika Gupta, MD and CEO of Edelweiss Mutual Fund, a revolutionary force. That's right, she needs no introduction. Unfortunately, Radhika could not join us tonight, but her mentee from the world of wellness and conscious snacking is here with us this evening. Please welcome on stage Ahana Gautam, founder and CEO of Open Secret. When you're building empires, chasing dreams, and breaking barriers, what you need the most isn't just strategy or hustle, it's support. Now, we are flipping the script on the old boys club to recognize something far more impactful: support, solidarity, and the sheer force of women showing up for other women. Take me back to that one moment where your girl gang was that light bulb and you said, I can't give up now.
Having your friends and a circle of women supporting you through times of difficulty, times of joy, times of celebration, I think there's nothing quite like that. For me, I think I have my channels of support across platform. When you asked me this light bulb moment, a few days ago, I think I had one of those days where I just messaged on my sister's group saying, going crazy. 3 minutes, I had both of them on the phone.
Yeah, you have a Behan code moment as well.
Oh, I have many. There's so many days that you are insecure, that you don't feel like showing up, that, and then you have the support system who's, knows what this feels like, who's there for you. And exactly like Meera said, it's a WhatsApp message that goes out saying, with us, it's for me, it's always like, they'll send me like PMSing and then I'll be like, I got you.
But if you guys were creating or saying, move aside this old boys club and a girl gang, how would you go about doing it?
Speaking of the old boys club, I think women just have a different way of doing things. We use our emotions well. I don't think that should be held against us when we say we are emotional. I think we recognize the emotions and sensitivities with other people, because you might be selling a product, a cake, a service, but you're doing it through a team, which is a team full of people. And so you need to be able to engage with them.
What is your advice and perhaps the legacy that you want to leave behind for the next who will come?
It was hard to get a seat at the table, so just making that table larger and pulling up more chairs and letting more girls join in. I think for me, that would be what I would like to work towards.
Her story, her power. Now, in this powerful conversation, we bring together trailblazers who are using innovation, advocacy, and creativity to change narratives, open doors, and leave behind legacies that will empower generations to come. And to moderate this discussion, let me call upon Naini Thakkar, Assistant Editor at Forbes India, on stage.
Can you share a defining moment in your journey that has shaped who you are today?
There were very clear definitions as to what an entrepreneur meant to me. And a conversation with my grandmother really changed my perspective on that. How do you define one? And she actually completely changed my definition of that by telling me that the biggest and strongest entrepreneurs are actually right at home, not in the boardrooms. The women at home are actually the best entrepreneurs that this country has seen or the world has seen.
Coming to you, Aditi, what has been that defining moment in your journey?
I think the defining moment for me was to talk about periods. 10 years back, nobody was talking about periods. I mean, men were going to Mars, women couldn't go to the temple. So I thought, okay, there has to be somebody who has to talk about the challenges women are facing. Every time a woman stands up for herself, not knowing and not even claiming, she stands up for all women. So I think the defining moment for me was always to stand up for myself and say that, okay, I'm going to talk about periods, I'm going to talk about period taboo. And that literally changed everything.
Shraddha, what about you?
Being an entrepreneur in itself is really defining to me, because it gives me this freedom to do this and to do that and to learn this
So yeah, I feel that my biggest, that's I think the most amazing thing for me right now.
What are some shifts that you are seeing in young women entrepreneurs and professionals, that are up and coming? What's different?
We're very ambitious, we're very strong, we don't take no for an answer very easily. And I think based on all the advice that we have been given from the women on the stage, I think that we are willing to fight back to a lot of the norms that often tell us that we don't deserve a seat at the table, or we can't raise our hand up to ask or question authority. And I think that that's something I've seen change a lot.
Great. Thank you so much for your time.
Our next honor is Icon of Excellence. Please join me in honoring Meghna Agarwal. All right, up next, it's time to honor a visionary who's pausing the boundaries of innovation in healthcare and diagnostics. It is Devika Ghola, Chief Product Officer at Optra Scan. Now, it's time to celebrate an iconic woman whose stories have been relentlessly shaping our collective future. Amongst our midst is a visionary leader who is sort of driving the semiconductor revolution ground up. Please welcome up on stage Mona Khandar. She's the Principal Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Government of Gujarat. All right, moving forward, our next honoree is a visionary entrepreneur who has redefined the business of Bollywood by bringing unmatched strategic thinking and authenticity to the world of entertainment. Please put your hands together for the dynamic Rohini Iyer. All right, our next icon has redefined language of Indian fashion on the global stage. Please give a huge round of applause to Anamika Khanna, Creative Director and Founder of Anamika Khanna and AKOK. We've got a little message and a special one from her. Let's hear it.
A huge thank you to Forbes India for featuring me on the WPower list. It is indeed an honor and I accept it with all humility.
We are honored to celebrate a pioneer who's making India proud on the global stage. Please join me in celebrating Payal Kapadia. Let's also take a moment to watch the message she sent for us.
Thank you so much, Forbes India, for including me in this wonderful list of such amazing women. It's really an honor for me to be part of it.
Up next, we have an exciting session that celebrates women who are not just participating in industries, but completely reshaping them. I'd first like to invite Kunal, the editor desk for Forbes India, to moderate this fascinating conversation.
I'll start with you, Janisha, first. After completing your MBA, you started Capri Sports in 2023. What was the idea behind it?
Women's cricket obviously has been on the rise recently. Cricket, of course, is one of the most loved sports in the country, but women's cricket has been sort of ignored for a very long time. That was until the under-19 team won the World Cup a few years ago. So we started in sports seeing that there is a blue ocean where beyond men's cricket, not a lot of people were paying attention to it. And we said, let's get into it and see what we can build from here.
Mandvi, you began as a journalist before moving on to the other side. What were some of the changes that you've seen in the entertainment industry over the years? And what are some of the things that probably surprised you or even shocked you?
I think when you're a journalist, nothing shocks you after that. You've kind of seen it all. So, but not shock me. I was very pleasantly surprised that all my colleagues in public relations and other streams, apart from journalism, I feel that there are a lot of people out there with a lot of facts, a lot of acumen, and it was a pleasant surprise for me, the kind of work people were putting into the job.
We hear about a gender-inclusive world. Let's talk of women-centric films, pay parity. What are your views on all these things, and do you see the situation improving on ground?
I would say that maybe a lot of people in the room don't know, and we can take a lot of pride in knowing, is that India is one of the first countries to take pay parity for female cricketers, which has been incredible by BCCI.
Manvi?
My request to everybody who is hearing this or maybe just kind of skipping it still, please think about it. If you make the story good enough for people to be entertained enough to be seated in a theater, then the woman doing all the heavy lifting there on the big screen deserves the pay. Please go ahead and give it.
Well, thank you so much. It was lovely listening to your insights.
On this note, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to move on to the final set of felicitations for the evening. Our next award is for the second woman and the first female psychiatrist to command the top post of India's largest mental health institution in 50 years. Please welcome on stage Dr. Pratima Murthy, Director at NIMHANS. Please give her a huge, huge round of applause. All right, our next honoree is a leader who exemplifies the power of vision and the authenticity in redefining the landscape of finance. Please join me in celebrating Vishakha Mule, CEO of Aditya Birla Capital. Since Vishakha couldn't join us here tonight, we do have to invite Darshana Shah, CMO at Aditya Birla Capital, to accept the honor in her behalf. All right, our next honoree for the evening is somebody whose name we've all very, very familiar with. We love. It's Manu Bhakar. Now, while she's unable to join us in person today, she has shared a very special video message. Let's take a look.
Hello, everyone. I'm truly honored to receive the Forbes India Women Power Award. As an athlete, मैंने अपने discipline और routine को काफी importance दिया है. It has helped me reach where I am today. This recognition means a lot to me.
Now we sort of celebrate an icon who truly needs no introduction. With her soulful performances, she has become one of India's most beloved voices. She is none other than Suniti Chauhan. Now, while Suniti is unable to join us, there is a special message. Let's listen in.
Thank you, Forbes India and the esteemed jury for this incredible honor. I'm truly grateful to be featured among such inspiring and powerful women on the WPower list of 2025. I hope to continue doing what I love to do and spread happiness, love, more music, and of course, more power.
With that, we draw the curtain on Forbes India WPower 2025.